The curse of the Crimson Throne of Olympus.
They were gods, immortal, untouchable, bound by power and lust. But love would be their downfall. Venus, goddess of love, longed for more than war-born passion. She found herself drawn to Apollo, god of the sun, and from that moment, the gods of Olympus were doomed. Mars, god of war, would not be betrayed. He challenged Apollo to battle, but the sun god was no fool. He sought the aid of his sister, Diana, the huntress. Diana, warning Apollo of Venus' fickle heart, went unheeded. But in the depths of the underworld, Pluto watched, and he whispered into the ears of Discordia, goddess of strife, setting a darker plan into motion. Venus, deceived by whispers of Mercury, believed Mars had taken another lover. Jealousy turned to hatred. That night, she condemned him before the gods, and Apollo saw his chance. A duel was declared. War and sun would clash in the heavens, and Olympus would drown in blood. Olympus trembled under the weight of pride and fury. A challenge had been cast: Apollo, god of light, against Mars, the god of war himself. Spears clashed, divine power shook the heavens, and in one fateful moment, Venus fell, impaled by Mars' own weapon. Yet, even as she bled, her heart was already decided. Not for the god who sang her praises, but for the warrior who had struck her down. But Olympus does not forgive recklessness, and Jupiter, king of gods, would have order restored. Jupiter, ruler of Olympus, standing above them all, eyes burning with wrath, he decreed, for love the gods had spilled divine blood, and for that they would pay. Henceon, no god shall love another without consequence. Mars, broken but vengeful, claimed a throne of iron, vowing to rule Olympus with war alone. Apollo, shattered by guilt, disappeared into exile, leaving the world in darkness for 3 days. And in the depths of the underworld, Pluto smiled, for in the end, all things end in blood.
Apollo, son of light, your arrogance has blinded you. You sought to challenge war itself, and in doing so, you shattered the balance of the heavens. You have lost your honor, your throne, and your place among us. From this moment forth, you are no longer of Olympus. You will walk among mortals, stripped of divinity, until the fates themselves decide you are worthy once more.
Stripped of power, abandoned by his kin, Apollo turned to the one he had fought for. Venus, the goddess of love, the muse of his poetry, the star of his songs. But Venus did not reach for him.
And she did not speak to Apollo. She turned instead to Mars. The god of war stood before her, his crimson spear still wet with her own blood. He did not beg. He did not plead. He simply waited. And when Venus took his hand, Olympus itself seemed to bow before its new conqueror. Apollo did not speak. There were no words left. And so, the god of the sun, once radiant and proud, fell. As he descended from Olympus, the heavens wept, shrouding the world in mourning. The golden light that once bathed the gods in warmth was now but a flickering ember. And Olympus, it would never shine the same again.
I hope you liked the story. Do leave your comments so that I can improve my narratives. Please like, share, and subscribe. It does not cost you anything. I gain from your small act of kindness. Thank you.